brown shade to it. And once you've done that, you want to get as much like organic matter out of there as you can. So like those membranes and stuff, you can take like a piece of cardboard, and while it's burning, you can kind of do that, or you can do this, and it really lets those membranes so that's light. Yeah, to get those off. And then so like once you've kind of, this really brings the calcium to the surface too when you're kind of browning them. It really brings that, the calcium's really able to be absorbed. So then what you do, once you have your eggshells done, you can take some apple cider vinegar. And so you do this measurement, you do your apple cider vinegar and your eggs at a ratio of 1 to 10. So like 1 cup eggshell to 10 cups vinegar. So this is gonna be so hot. Oh well, there we go. Yeah, hot. So the chemical reaction that happens between the eggshells and the vinegar releases that calcium into the vinegar. Well, we have a little bit more than 1 cup, but we're gonna use it because it really doesn't matter. It's just gonna be more potent. So you just put those eggshells in there, make as big a mess as you can.
Well, I can do better.
Yeah. All right, so this is 4 cups, 4 cup measuring cup. We'll do 2.5 of these. And so what's gonna happen is what you're looking for to happen, and if this doesn't happen, then I didn't cook these eggs long enough. But what you're looking to happen is a chemical reaction between the calcium and the vinegar, and so it'll start to bubble. And if these eggshells kind of start going ham in here and we get a lot of bubbles, then we know that that chemical reaction is happening. And so after about a 10-day sit period, this will be full of calcium, all the calcium from the eggshells, and you can let it go for longer than 10 days, but 10 days is really ideal. Longer is not gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's bubbling.
Yeah, so that's about 10. And then what'll start happening is you can see the bubbles kind of come up and really go over and over and over. So once that kind of gets soaked in there, let me get something to stir it with.
Here. I brought it over here today.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a little dirty.
Wow.
Yeah, so there it goes. It's going, it's going, it's going. So yeah, the chemical reaction that happens is pulls that calcium out, puts it into the apple cider vinegar. And if you're not using a living vinegar, like this doesn't have a mother in it, this is pretty distilled. Usually the apple cider vinegars like this are just food coloring to make it brown.
Yeah.
But if you use one of those, then it has a shelf life of forever. It's never gonna go bad. You can use it, you can put a lid on it and keep it forever. And this is soluble. So you foliar it at 1 to 1,000. So I usually put like a 5 milliliters into a gallon and use it at that ratio. The time to use this is when you're just getting a fruit set. So once you have a fruit and you're not in vegetative state anymore, then you're going to start using this once a week, 1 to 1,000, and it's really going to help. And you just spray it on. You can put it into like a 32-ounce spray bottle, or if you have like a 1-gallon sprayer. You also, if you're doing it in aquaponics, 1 to 1,000 ratio. So this is going to be a little bit larger of a scale.
You can do it in your aquaponics.
You can. Yep. You just want to make sure that when you're looking at deficiencies that you're seeing the right deficiency. Because if you're not, and you're doing something that's not exactly what the deficiency is, then you could be making that whatever is off balance more off balance. So it's just kind of being sure that that's what it is, and then yeah, using this as at a 1 to 1,000 ratio.
So how long do you cook your eggshells?
So these have been on, it depends on what kind of heat you're doing on. So we had these on there since yesterday.
We had these on the pizza oven on a fire. So
oven.
these weren't really regulated as well as you want. You want them on medium heat.
And really, I don't think they were as done as they should have been, and you see the reaction we're getting. So, but if you've got it on like a good fire and it's going, you really got to pay attention and keep up with it, because they'll start getting a little too brown. You don't want it as brown, you know.
So if you put it in your oven in your house, what would you set your temperature?
Pizza ovens are like over 400, 500.
Awful, and then if you put it in a blender after that, it's
God.
super stinky.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like it takes like a week to get rid of that.
That's why you
Okay,
get it
well, do that
outside.
anymore for that reason.
Okay.
Yeah, there's another one of these that you can do with bones, and the bones smell so bad.
Oh.
It's so bad. But
The bones are not allowed in the house.
yeah, bones are definitely not allowed in the house when we're doing that one. But the bones one, you know, it's giving you a good source of phosphorus. So it's another one that's just really usable.